Hey everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm going to save this and put this on my page. So for everybody that is catching the replay of this, hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. What's going on, everybody? It's so good to see you all. I wanted to go live real quick. I just got home. Y'all, I have been out since 6 o'clock this morning, and I am just now getting in the house. Hey, everybody. I'm just now getting in the house, and I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired, and so thank you. And so, but I wanted to go live real quick to tell y'all two things before I warm up my leftovers and get ready for in the morning. Okay. So first thing is I got up early. Hey, everybody. I got up early this morning because I had a hair appointment at 6:30 this morning. I had to be at a meeting at 10, and she had a 6:30 appointment or a 8:30 appointment. And the old me would have did that 8:30 and tried to make it work. But I'm working on my time management. And so I did the 6:30 so I could get to my meeting in time, and everything worked out well. But this is, I'm saying all that to say this just real quick. Y'all, I wanted to come on live first tonight to remind you to take care of yourself. Hey, Stacy. I want to remind you, because somebody put that in the chat for me real quick, y'all. Be sure you are taking care of yourself. Okay, let me say that again. Be sure you are taking care of yourself. If y'all are anything like me, I have a tendency to put myself on the back burner. I have a tendency to make sure everybody else is good, make sure everything else is cared for. And if I have anything left, then I typically use that for myself, right? And so I never really noticed that. Thank you, love. Let me pin that. I never really noticed that, y'all, because I was always the person who, was made responsible, and I was always told, oh, I was mature for my age, and, all of this stuff, right? And so it became the way I did life. It wasn't until I don't know, the last year or so, maybe the last 2 years since I moved to Atlanta, where I started to realize that if I wasn't the best for myself, then I couldn't be my best for anything else, right? And I know we hear stuff like that all the time. How many of you have heard, you got to make sure you're taken care of before you're taking care of others, or you got to make sure your cup is full and you can't be empty? But it's one thing to say that, but when you've lived like that and when you've operated in that space for so long, it can be harder to reprogram your mind to even consider yourself when you're so used to considering everybody else and making sure everything else is done, right? And so it's crazy because I'm going through this shift in my life right now of making more room in my life for myself. And I know some of y'all may not resonate with this because I've noticed that, and y'all let me know what y'all think. I've noticed that some people are too selfish and some people are too selfless. Like, I'm noticing that. And then someone just told me yesterday at the hair store the same thing, right? And so I've noticed that some people are like really selfish and some people like me are so selfless that you never really do anything for yourself, or, you go back and forth, or you feel some type of way if you choose you, or if you do something that you want to do. All of those type of things. And so I'm in this space now, and I'm saying this because I was thinking about it as I was getting my hair done. I got my nails done yesterday. I got my hair done today. And that may seem small, but for me, I have to intentionally dedicate time, space, money in my life to do stuff that I want to do. But I was at the hair store yesterday, and I was talking to this lady. I was, in the line, and she's a mother, we were talking, and I was like, girl, these prices in Atlanta to get your hair done, it's a little different than what I'm used to in Huntsville. And she was like, yeah, that's true. And she was like, Brittany, well, she didn't know my name, but we had started talking. She was like, do you go to work every day? And I was like, yeah, I work every day, and I work multiple jobs. She was like, yeah, you go to work every day. You work hard every day. You deserve to do something for yourself. And sometimes it just be the simplest reminders, y'all, that you need to be like, you know what? You are right, And so I was just thinking about that. And so I just want to encourage you all, if there's anybody on this live tonight or watching this replay tonight that's like me, make sure you are taking care of yourself. Make sure you are taking the time to identify what you need. Make sure and y'all know we're multifaceted, right? There is an emotional part of us. There is a relational part of us. There is a spiritual part of us. There is a physical part of us, right? And many times, often we are frustrated and we're resentful because we have gone so long without identifying our needs. And you got to be careful, because one thing that I did, y'all, I did for others, right? But secretly, I was doing it in hopes that they would do it back for me, right? So what I was trying to do is I was manipulating my kindness and I was manipulating my love. It was really a form of manipulation, because I would say, I did all of this for this person, or I gave all of this, and then they didn't do it for me. One, most of the time we're giving it, people didn't even ask us to give certain things, right? And two, we have to be careful that we're not trying to meet our needs by what we're giving other people that we have not even had a conversation with them about. And then we'll say things like, oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. But secretly, resentment is building up on the inside of you, because subconsciously you're saying, I always do for others and nobody does for me. But how many times are we at blame for that? Because we're putting ourselves in situations because we feel like if we give more, we're going to get more, right? I used to feel like, and I'm still, y'all, having to reprogram my mind. Like, even last night I was walking up the stairs and I was like, Brittany, do less. Do less. I'm having to reprogram my mind that I don't have to do more to be loved. I don't have to give more to get more. All I have to do is be. But when you've lived your whole life and you didn't think being was enough, right? You thought you had to perform, or you thought you had to get to earn, or all of those different types of things. You're then an adult and you're trying to unlearn all this stuff. You're trying to unpack all this stuff. You're trying to then reapproach your relationships, because if you're anything like me, most of my relationships were one-sided because I didn't know how to, it's just been so much, okay? But I'm learning, because usually, y'all, when stuff like this would be revealed in my life, I would be so hard on myself. I would be like, how can I be 30 plus years old and I'm just learning this and I don't know how to do this and do that? But now, I'm just learning to have grace with myself. I'm learning to say, you know what, Brittany? Some stuff you didn't know. And some stuff you're still learning. And some stuff you're unlearning. You've been operating a certain way for so long. Some stuff you wasn't taught and you're learning, and it's okay. And so now when I have a reminder, like I was doing yesterday, like, Brittany, you don't have to overgive. You don't have to overperform. You don't have to overdo it secretly to be accepted or secretly to be validated, right? And so that goes into another thing, but that's why it's important that we take care of ourselves, you all. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, then we're going to be resentful. It's nothing like doing the right thing, but you're not doing it for the right reason. And so for a long time, I always talk about how nice I was. I was always talking about how kind I was. But I learned how to please people by being who they wanted me to be. So because if I was kind or nice, I was more easily like manageable, right? And I would pride myself in not being problematic or, not being too much. But really, I was diluting who I really was, and I was suppressing who I really was and what I needed. And so a thing that I'm learning to do is I'm embracing my complexity. Like, baby, you got to be grace for me. I am not, and I want to encourage you to do this. Like, don't dumb yourself down because you feel like you're too much for somebody. Don't dumb yourself down because you feel like there's layers of you that you're still unpacking, and you're still like, don't dumb yourself down because other people have made you feel like you're too much, or you're too complicated, or you're too loud, or you're too any of that. Like, no, embrace all of what makes you you. And the people who are really called to you, they're going to have a grace for you the way you are. Okay. And so that's another thing, that I'm learning. And it's taking me time. Y'all, it's taking me so much time to learn how to just be my authentic self in spaces. But I'm committed to learning it. And every small little victory that I make, and a lot of times when you're learning something new, you're going to make the wrong decision. Then you got to come back and correct it and do it again and come back and correct it. It's like anything else. but we have to give ourselves grace to do that, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you all. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. If you need to rest, do that. If you need a staycation, and again, you got to tap into yourself to know what it is you need. And that's a learning process all by yourself. Something I often ask myself is like, Brittany, what's going on with you right now? What do you need? Because many times what's happening, y'all, is like we're adults, but we're having tantrums like children because we don't know what we need or how to communicate it. It shows up in our relationships. Y'all know how we do, ladies. The silent treatment and the being nonchalant or all that. No, there's a need that's going unmet that you got to tap into and realize, hey, I need something here. And I need to identify that and understand, is that something that I need to do? Or is it something I need to give someone else in my life an opportunity to meet for me? I hope that makes sense, y'all. So that's something that I'm learning. So I want to encourage you to take care of yourself, all right? Second thing is, and this is going to correlate right into this taking care of yourself little TED talk I'm giving you all. I'm hosting a challenge. It's called Build Your Brand Challenge, and it's kicking off on Monday. It's happening Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I think the timing of this challenge is so important because if you're anything like me, I have spent majority of the year doing for others, right? And that ain't a bad thing, right? That's a good thing. But what I've noticed is that a lot of times, as I told y'all, even with my life, a lot of times we spend so much time working on our jobs, making sure our families are good, making sure other people's dreams come through, making sure we're supporting them, making sure we're doing all of this stuff. And I'm not saying you have to pick one or the other. I'm just saying that you shouldn't allow your dreams and your purpose and the things that God has put in your heart to die because you're so busy trying to resurrect and keep everybody else's stuff alive, okay? So I think the timing of this challenge is so cool because we're getting to the end of the year. And I don't know if your year has looked anything like my year, but now that we're in end of the year, I believe this is a perfect time for you to tap into your own destiny, your own dreams, what God has placed on the inside of you, okay? Because at the end of the day, like, you're going to have to give an account. God ain't going to be like, hey, what did you do? What I gave you to do? You ain't going to be able to say, well, I did this was X, Y, and Z. I did this. He said, yeah, but that's not going to be an excuse for you doing what I've called you to do. I believe that many of you have, and you may not have a brand, because this is not just about building a brand. This is about building your life. This is about understanding what your purpose is. This is about coming into alignment, right, with who you are. And when you come into alignment with who you are, it helps you to show up more authentically in the world. Ask me how I know, because I've been walking it out for the last 2 years. For so long, I've been so afraid. I've been so afraid to embrace who I am. I've been so afraid to show up. I've been so afraid to embrace my purpose. I've been so afraid. And I'm not saying now that I'm not afraid. It's just something shifted in me to now I just do stuff afraid. And if you're anything like that, then I want to invite you to be a part of this challenge that I'm doing. It's absolutely free to be a part of it. I'm going live on Zoom every night, Monday through Wednesday. I'm going to have Q&A. I got slides for you. I got bullet points for you. So come with your notebooks. Come ready to be challenged. Come ready to grow. But this challenge is about you. Okay? It's about you. It's about what's on the inside of you. It's about that thing that you've been talking about, and all you've been doing is talking about it. And you keep saying, oh, I'm going to do this. And then something always comes up to get you busy so that you cannot do what you said that you were going to accomplish for you. Okay. So it's going to be at 7:30 Eastern, Monday through Wednesday. But you have to sign up for the challenge. So you can go to the link in my bio to sign up for the challenge. We're about to have so much fun, y'all. I am so excited. And I got a couple of surprises for y'all. Like, I'm really doing it up. I'm really doing it up for you all because I believe in you. I believe in you. And I feel like I'm here for the person who struggles with believing in themselves. I feel like God, because I didn't understand, y'all, why God would call me. Has anybody else felt like that? Like, You be like, God, why you call me? There's so many other people that seem to be doing what you've called me to do. There's plenty of people on social media that seem like their life is perfect and seem like they got it all together. Like, God, why would you call me? Has anybody ever felt like that? Like, I struggled with that. Like, God, why would you call me? Like, I'm chilling over here, and I believe he's called me because my struggle has been so great, and I've had to overcome myself so much and fight through my doubt and insecurity. I tell people all the time, y'all, like, I know I was one of the most insecure women ever. Like, and the whole of my insecurity was so deep. Although I've made a lot of progress, every single day I'm still having to work through my insecurity issues, y'all. Every single day I'm still having to renew my mind. Every single day I'm having to speak over myself. Y'all see when I post on social media, like when I'm in my Bible, I'm doing my quiet time, it's because I struggle so much like in how I see myself, in believing in myself, in getting up and speaking in front of people. Like, and I believe I've been called to help people that have that same struggle like me, that are afraid, but God has put something so purposeful and so powerful in you that the world needs. If that's you, I'm called to you, okay? So again, it's the Build Your Brand Challenge happening on Monday, November the 14th through November the 16th. So go sign up. Taylor, I'm going to post this replay, so you got to go listen to it. I was talking about my hair and all that stuff and me doing stuff for myself and all that. But anyway, so I hope that helps y'all. I hope that encouraged you all. Before I get off, I just need somebody to say, hey, I'm going to do a better job of taking care of myself. I'm going to show up for me. I'm going to love me. I'm going to be patient with me, right? I'm going to be gentle with me, right? I'm going to listen to me. I'm not going to abandon me. I'm telling y'all, that is a game changer for all the people who are naturally givers that have big hearts. And I'm not saying that we stop loving, because for a long time, I hated my heart. I could not stand the heart God gave me. I could not stand the way I cared. I didn't want to care because I felt like every time I cared, I got hurt. I mean, I struggled, y'all. And I had to learn that God made me this way. He gave us these hearts for a reason, y'all. He wired us this way, how sensitive we are and how discerning we are and how he made us that way. We just have to learn how to be that, but also be that for ourselves. And so I'm learning the balance of that, and it's changing my life. And so I want to encourage you to do the same thing so that you can experience even more of that in your life, so that you don't find yourself bitter and you don't find yourself resentful and you don't find yourself, y'all know how, if you honest, right? Or jealous or in comparison and what that does is it puts a wedge between you and your relationship with God, because I became resentful of God. I had regret towards God. And it affected my intimacy with the Father, because I'm like, well, I done all of this and I done served and I done helped all these people. I done prayed all these prayers and you ain't done X. That's the attitude that I grew. And that wasn't cute. Like, y'all ain't nothing cute about that. Right? And that had to be revealed. And I had to be healed in that place, because at the end of the day, it does not matter how many good things you do. If your heart is not in the right place of why you're doing it, if you're doing it to secretly or subconsciously get something in return, then you're not doing it. God, purify our motive in us doing what we do. Purify our motive and why you give so much. That ain't cute for you to give so much and then you ain't got nothing left for yourself. I'm talking to myself, y'all, but I prided myself in that. And then as soon as someone didn't do what I wanted them to do, I threw it up in their face how loyal I was and how this I was. And it's like, were you doing it out the kindness of your heart, Brittany? Or were you doing it so that you could, y'all, I'm telling you, woo, child. And that's the type of stuff that I've been walking through that's having to be exposed and I'm having to deal with, right? Because that stuff will hinder you from being able to move forward. You'll be like, I'm gifted, I'm talented, I'm this and I'm that, but why aren't I moving forward? Because you're not checking the motive behind the good things that you're doing. I was mad at my goddaughter. I'm mad at secretly, but on the outside, I'm smiling. Like, I did all of this and they don't even appreciate me. Okay, what's the motive? You know, so I'm telling y'all, it's changing my life. So I'm going to keep y'all posted. I'm going to keep sharing. I'm going to keep going live. Hopefully my journey will inspire you, will empower you, will equip you. Every time you come on here, I want you to say, ouch. We're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time. But I want you to say, ouch, because I believe real love is us being challenged. If we don't start really doing the work and really being honest, y'all, we're going to be in trouble. We're gonna be in some serious trouble. But I don't know about y'all, but I'm committed to becoming my best self. And I believe it's some people on here tonight that's saying, Brittany, I'm the same way. I'm not satisfied with likes. I'm not satisfied with people knowing my name. That doesn't really do anything for me. I really want to be who I portray to be. I really want to be. I want to be who I am in real person to trump who anybody thinks I am online. Right? And so when you get to that place, that means you got to be willing to do the work. I'm more invested in the work that's taking place on the inside of me than I ever will on the outside. That becomes easy. And for a lot of us, that's why I do things called behind the brand and building, because so many people want to jump to what everybody sees. Or I gotta be this. I gotta do this. No, become that, right? Become what you're preaching. Live out what you're posting. And then the rest of it is going to come easy because it's going to be authentic. Y'all not talking to me. Y'all not talking to me. I don't know about y'all, but that's my goal. That's my goal, because I ain't trying to be no one-hit wonder. You, baby, I want longevity, okay? I want legacy. I don't want to just be something that's like, what happened to that girl? Because we were just doing a fad or something that was popular in the moment. Nah, baby, we got to have, our roots got to grow deep. Our roots have to grow. We have to grow, y'all. We got to look at ourselves. We got to take accountability. We got to say, okay, wait a minute. I'm the only common denominator. I'm getting mad at everybody else. But the same situation keeps happening in my life, and I'm the only common denominator. That means we got to do inventory. That means we got to look at ourselves, right? And say, okay, what do I need to be becoming that's different? And once you start becoming something different, then you get a different result, a different outcome. And it's beautiful, okay? It's ugly and it's uncomfortable. But baby, the fruit of doing the work, the fruit of being processed, let me tell you something, undeniable. So be encouraged, okay? Be encouraged. Take the rest of this year. If you need to slow down, slow down. Do some inventory. Look at what went well this year. Look at what didn't go well this year. Look at the lessons, which are blessings. Don't cry over what went wrong. Okay, you mismanaged your money. Okay, well, God's going to give you some more. So what do we practically need to do differently next time we get that opportunity? I talked about this the other day of how many of us God is going to restore and recover. This is your time to be self-reflective. This is your time to sit with yourself, to talk with yourself and say, what type of life do we want to live? How is it? How do we want to move? I teach my little cousin all the time. You don't just have to accept what somebody gives you. You don't have to accept the narrative because that's what your family always did and that's what they known for. You have the ability to create the life that you want to live. But it's not going to happen without you being intentional. It's not going to happen without you sitting down and saying, I'm not going to ignore what's ugly and what's bad. Like right now, y'all, I'm really dealing with the fear when it comes to success. Like I'm dealing with the fear around money. And I'm like, this thing has to break. I know the root of it is poverty. Like I grew up in a household where we didn't have enough. And it wasn't that we didn't have enough. It was because it was mismanaged. So many times I can be so afraid because I'm so afraid of not like, and so I'm like, no, Brittany, Shane, like we're addressing this because it's something that you got to expose so then you can grow from it. And so I'm over here kicking and screaming, y'all, kicking and screaming. I mean, just rolling around. But I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, if that's what it takes, that's what we gonna do, period. So we could be the real deal. That's it. All right. So I hope that helps y'all. I will post this live. So you all can go back and check it out. I can just go and go and go, but I got to stop because if I keep going, y'all not going to sign up for the challenge. So go sign up, y'all, for the Build Your Brand Challenge. And don't just sign up for you, but I want you to think about somebody else. Somebody else in your life that you know got mad potential, a sister, a brother, because it's not just for women. Your brother, like whoever, you got a friend, you got somebody that you like, man, all year long they've been talking about what they wanted to do. Invite them to be a part of the challenge. I'm getting ready to challenge you, and we're getting ready to see some progress before the end of the year. Okay, y'all believe in that? I believe in that. All right, I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. I'm probably gonna come back on live tomorrow to do one more push before we get ready for Monday. But I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a good night. Okay, bye.